To be here today. I met Mr. Mednick 60 years ago when I was beginning my third grade year at Oak Lane Day School. I thought Mr. Mednick was an old man because he had a big black beard. He was beginning what was to be a 50-year career as an art and French teacher and as a great inspiration to all of us at Oak Lane. He taught us to sing French songs. He taught us to conjugate French verbs. He was mesmerized by the art that he helped us create in the art room. He put his hands on our hands as we children put rough lumps of clay on the potter's wheel. And he guided our hands as we created something special. He taught us about great art produced by masters. And at the same time, he helped us understand that our own art was just as important as the art that hung in museums. Along with Mrs. Mednick, he taught us about French food. And in our 6th grade year, he did something that would not be possible in a school today. He borrowed a Volkswagen bus with no seatbelts and drove us from Pennsylvania to New York City, where he and his wife treated us to a wonderful French meal that included, as Claudia said, the snails and the implements to extract them from their shells. He treated us to frog legs. And while we were having this wonderful meal, Mr. and Mrs. Mednick enjoyed a nice glass of red wine. And then we went off to an art museum and had a wonderful afternoon, and then drove home in that Volkswagen bus. To this day, when I taste garlic and olive oil and parsley, I think of the Mednicks. And it's a wonderful, wonderful memory. In 1992, Mr. and Mrs. Mednick became Armand and Anita when I returned to Oak Lane as its head of school. Armand and Anita became my colleagues. And it was an extraordinary gift to know them as adults, as a sequel to the way I had known them as a child. And they became wonderful colleagues to me. And Armand's hand, in its own way, was still there. His hand was on my back, guiding me through challenges and complexities involved in leading a school. And I always felt that Armand had my back when difficult situations would occur. And Anita continued to feed us. She made wonderful meals, some of which showed up magically in the kitchen on the campus at Oak Lane, and others of which, of course, showed up at their home in Doylestown. It was a privilege to know Armand and Anita, and more recently, it has been a privilege to come to know Carol. And I have seen again the work of Armand's hands as he and Carol have created ceramic ware together. Ceramic ware that expresses their artistic talent, their emotions, and their collaboration together. Armand Mednick was a wonderful, wonderful teacher. And he affected the lives of well over 1,000 children. And what I like to remember most about him has to do with an object that sits in my office today. It's a ceramic pot, about 16 inches high, that Armand created for me for my 40th birthday, which occurred during my first year as the head at Oak Lane. And inscribed on the side of that pot are the signatures of every student in the school. And when I look at that pot, I think to myself of the impact that Armand had over 50 years as a teacher, and the love and care and respect he had for each one of us who were privileged to be his students. And I think of the degree to which that care and respect live on today in all of us who had the privilege of being under his care. Thank you.